San Jose.
Well, there's plenty of food for discussion there, and I'm joined in the studio by Dr. Sheila Kanani, who's a planetary scientist with the Royal Astronomical Society. Sheila, thanks very much for joining us. Now, before we have that chat, I just want to give you a sense of the opinion as we have canvassed it on our BBC News Facebook page. What sort of message would you like to send to alien life? That was the question. The response so far has been pretty overwhelming. Here are some of the comments that we can safely broadcast. Susan Gill from Florida says there should be a travel warning along these lines. If coming to Earth, please avoid Washington, D.C. No intelligent life there. In a party mood, Rob Johnson sends this request. If you are coming, bring a bottle. Seamus Cullen in Ireland says it should read, visit Earth. We have mojitos, Guinness, beaches. You can crash at mine if you want. You're very welcome. From the US, I Am Gmo is not in the party mood at all. He asks any potential ET traveller to stay back. We're really just monkeys that use fire, he says. Make sure we don't get loose in the universe. Alison Stewart from the northeast of England says the message from Earth is obvious. Help. And Conrad Huang warns, remember what Hawking said about aliens coming to Earth and comparing it to Columbus coming to the Americas? It did not end well for the natives. Well, there's canvassing some opinion. Let's go back to you, Sheila, off the back of that. First of all, is there anybody out there? I know we don't have a definitive answer, but I know you must have a view.
I have an opinion, yeah. I do believe that there are aliens in our solar system, if not in outer space. But I'm not sure that they're intelligent. I think it might be microbial life that can exist in extreme conditions, such as moons going around Saturn or something like that, and they wouldn't be able to say hello. Oh,
so aliens, but completely out of any humanoid form?
That's what I believe, yeah.
Right, in which case the next question has to be, would there be any point actually in trying to put out messages there? Presumably not.
Well, I guess at the end of the day, we don't really know what is outside of our solar system and the galaxy and stuff. So if we do send out these shouts into the universe, we really don't know what might be listening.
But it's not something, I mean, we get the Stephen Hawking message of almost be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
You wouldn't subscribe to that, I presume, then?
I think it would be interesting to send the messages, just on the off chance that something might come back, but I'd be really, really surprised if there was something coming back to us.
And if you're sending messages, what sort of messages does it make sense to send? I mean, we can have ideas of putting messages in boxes and bottles and hearing little bits of, you know, a domestic radio channel or something, that sort of thing, or is there something completely different? I just wonder what makes sense.
Yeah, well, it's sort of difficult to say because for years we've been transmitting messages into space anyway. So if these aliens can hear us, they've already got an idea of what we're like, and all of that is from TV and radio and the internet now as well. So they've already got an idea of what we're like, and they're coming anyway.
OK, well, look, I believe we're also joined by Clara Anna Kapova. We've been trying to get hold of Clara Anna. She's an anthropologist at Durham University. Clara Anna, can you hear us? You're just checking your earpiece is working. Calling out into outer space in the northeast of England.
Hello.
Clara Anna, great, we've got you there. Now, from an anthropologist perspective, what is it that interests you about all our efforts, our desires to communicate with whatever's out there?
It really is the profound question, who are we and where do we come from? And I think if we manage to find the answer to the question that there is intelligent life elsewhere, it would also shed light on the ways we came about, or how the human life developed on Earth.
And I suppose it's true, isn't it, that our view of what might be out there has changed, and probably changed quite dramatically as time has passed by. It's not all about old sort of tin men coming to get us anymore.
Yes, I absolutely agree. Well, there are basically two major concepts. One is what I call the scientific one, and the other one is what we can see, you know, in news media, science fiction stories. So it's not only about the little grey men and UFOs and ETs. Scientists are either looking for intelligent, advanced extraterrestrial life, or which is the emergent concept in astrobiology, which is, as you probably talked about, searching for microorganisms on the celestial bodies, either in the solar system.
It's about all sorts of things, isn't it? I'm really sorry. I'm going to cut you short now, Clara, and after all that, we found it so difficult to communicate with Newcastle. What chance with the rest of space? But Sheila as well, Sheila Kanani, thank you very much indeed for joining us here in the studio. I wonder if they're listening in from out there somewhere. You're watching GMT. Stay with us here on BBC World News. Much more still to come.